My phone is about to die, so that's awesome. Yeah, it's full self-extraction at this point. Nobody's coming up here.
I woke up today with one thing and one thing only on my mind: redemption. A few weeks ago, I attempted to ride Oregon Gulch Trail in Sun Valley, Idaho, and the trail defeated me. I suffered a freak mechanical incident that resulted in frame damage and left me stranded without a chain. Ever since, I've known I needed to return to conquer the trail. And this morning, with the rain and fog, the mood was set for what would turn into an epic adventure. I began my morning the usual way, making a hot cup of coffee to both energize and focus my mind. As my delicious bean soup brewed, I began to plan the ride that would see me summit Oregon Gulch and vanquish whatever bad luck had come over me that day. But little did I know what the day and the trail had in store for me. I was in for a completely different type of adventure.
I got my bike out and the dropper post was stuck down, like proper stuck. Like I pulled all my strength on that sucker, wasn't moving. So I just completely rebuilt my dropper, took it apart, put slick honey on every single seal and O-ring, slick honey on the shaft, and then I cleaned and put tri-flow on the internals of the actuation mechanism, put it all back together, torqued it down, put it back in the bike, reset the cable tension, and it popped up. So 'tis now up. I think the move is to leave it up the entire climb, even if there's a descent, and then when I get to the top, drop it, leave it there, no matter what, hold ascent back to the van. All right, as I said, this is a redemption run on Oregon Gulch Trail. Last time I rode this trail, started climbing, got 3 miles in, and my cassette came loose. It's like that Fast and Furious quote, "So much torque, it twisted the cassette right off the free hub." Raining, moody vibes, redemption, revenge, all the drama. And this trail is called Oregon Gulch, and Oregon's known for the rain. So everything is just lined up. This is the trail I need to ride. So today we're gonna do the whole trail, even if I have to hike this sucker. Even if I have to hike this sucker and ride this whole trail. Here comes the rain again. I say bring it on, okay? All right, trail, throw anything you got at me. You're not winning this. I came to win, okay? I'm amped on coffee and cereal. Nothing can stop me right now, nothing. About a third of the way up the climb and I got too hot, and the sun's starting to come out, so it's not really raining. And this is why I wore this specific rain jacket. This is a whole rain jacket zipped up into its own pocket. Never actually done that before, so I'm actually kind of stoked on it. Great success. Stop for a little snack break. I got about 4-ish K to go, so getting pretty close here. But the sun's kind of come out, the rain has stopped, and it's actually a fantastic day. Pack it in, pack it out. You know what? I'm not afraid to admit, I am pushing my bike up a considerable amount of this trail. It went from the mellowest little gulch ride at the bottom first couple miles to just, I mean, I don't think the camera will really show just how steep this is, but this section is just one of many that I'm sure you could pedal up it, especially if you had an e-bike, but not this dude. I am happy as can be pushing. Wow. I am glad the clouds cleared up just enough for that view. The only damper on anything here is the ominous rumble of thunder in the distance every once in a while, but it's far away. I think I'll be good. Got a little downhill here. I'm gonna leave my seat up because I don't know if I'll ever get it back up if I put it down. Whoa, a little loose. Oh yeah, we good. Heck yeah. A little reprieve from the climb. Hard to do a manual with your seat up, let me just say. All right, this is not great. We got about 1.5 kilometers to go. And that thunder is just getting closer and closer. It's definitely gonna hit me. I just don't know when. Hopefully I'm on the descent already. And hopefully it doesn't bring too much rain with it. But it would be very wise to be down in the tree line once the lightning comes in, if it's gonna bring lightning with it. And based on the amount of thunder, that seems like the case. All right, sit rep here. Once again, my E13 cassette has let me down. I think I just need to bite the bullet and buy a new cassette and not use this one that I picked up used. But point is, same thing happened as last time I rode this trail. This cassette all of a sudden made a big old pop. Is now loose, rubbing the frame. As you can hear, the thunder is upon us. Got about a half mile to go on this trail. Rain just started. Oh, it's not looking good. If the storm gets too bad, I'll bunker down under a tree or something, but right now, just got rain, no lightning, thunder getting ever closer, so just gonna keep my eyes peeled, try to not become a statistic here. All right, the main bit of the rain has hit. My cassette's completely wedged. So it's either coast or hike. No pedaling whatsoever. Still haven't reached the top, and at this point, I don't know if I should. I might have to just duck under a tree, especially if the lightning comes. Rain is okay, it's a little cold. Brakes hate the wet. All right, here we go. End of the trail. I gotta find cover right now. Okay, apologies for the water on my lens. It's turned to hail. I'm currently crouched under a tree here, somewhat protected. Chain is stuck, cassette buried in the frame again. Oh, I gotta get further into the tree, I'm getting pelted. All right. While I wait here, I'm gonna have to take my chain off to make this bike rideable again. But it's gonna be a combination of jogging and coasting. I got 10 kilometers to get back to the car, and I'm unfortunately going the same direction the storm is. So I gotta get a move on. Waiting for a break in the hail potentially. It's been coming in waves. Oh, geez. Camera lens is all foggy. There's not really anything I can do about it. I'm sorry. All right. Wipe my camera lens off and then it's go time. Frick. Can't find my lens wipe. All right. I'm gonna try to get down back into thicker forest. But if it gets too bad, I'll just have to take cover again. But of course this trail starts with a dang climb. And it's been many years since I was a dedicated trail runner. But with no pedaling, Here we go. Gotta pace myself. I've done 10 Ks of climbing, so my legs are already exhausted. Okay, I just saw lightning flash, so we're gonna play it safe. I know that this trail goes out of the tree line just up here, and I don't want to be the only tall thing aboard a metal chunk here, chunk of aluminum. It's literally right above me. It'll pass. This is crazy. I'm gonna go find a different tree for my bike, because who knows? I don't know if lightning's attracted to aluminum, but let's go. All right, lightning, thunder just went. Just gonna send it for this little gap here. We're gonna bunker down. This isn't the best tree, but we're not quite to the tree line. Just some more lightning. We're not quite to the tree line up here, but we certainly are where the trees are thin. So I'm partly hiding from the hail, partly hiding from the lightning. And yeah, I'm gonna get comfortable. My phone is about to die, so that's awesome. Yeah, it's full self-extraction at this point. Nobody's coming up here. This is crazy. I know statistically I'd probably be fine to jump on the bike and keep trying to go, but again, riding a hunk of aluminum through the open atop a mountain with lightning overhead, it sounds like one of those things that could definitely go wrong, and I don't want to be a statistic here. So bike's up there, I'm here. Thankfully in Idaho, as a lot of states, and especially up in the mountains, the weather changes quickly, so hopefully it passes by soon. I'm gonna cut the camera off to try to conserve camera battery here. Might as well eat a honey stick while I wait. Just a few seconds ago, that thunder was about as loud as a Boeing 747 taking off, like right next to you, it felt like. So the fact that it's a little quieter now, I think we're getting close to the end of the storm. Mom, if you're watching this, thanks for the honey sticks from the farmer's market. Give me that little boost of energy I'm gonna need to sprint down this mountain without a chain. Hello. My hands are frozen, but it is what it is. I don't have waterproof gloves. If you're watching this video right now, please give it a like. That way I'm not out here freezing for nothing. And if you're feeling extra good, maybe go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more of this. Well, hopefully not more of this exact situation, but you know what I mean. All right, storm has definitely passed, but it's done its damage. The trail now resembles a small creek. I put my goggles on, but they're just covered in rain and fogged up, and so visibility is terrible. Fortunately, you know, the first 3 or so miles of this trail are going to be mostly downhill with only a few short climbs, but after that it's gonna be more hiking, and I'm riding in the same direction as the storm, so you know, it's like ride fast to get back to the warmth. I'm absolutely soaked. It's windy and cold up here. Or ride slow and avoid the storm. And I think the answer is speed. I think as Jeremy Clarkson would say, the only answer is speed and power. And without a chain, I can't put any power into the bike. So the answer is just gonna be speed today. You know, it might be a 60-degree day down in town, but up here can be a lot colder, and especially with the wind, and then add into that being soaked, you do want to be careful. So I didn't want to sit for too long and just let the cold sink in. There's pretty much the only dry part of my body is where I have my rain jacket, but my pants aren't waterproof, shoes aren't waterproof, gloves certainly aren't waterproof. So keeping moving keeps the blood flowing. So that's gonna be my best tactic here. Stay moving and ride this mountain like I mean it. I apologize for the wet brakes. There they are. But there's not really anything I can do. All right, so this is one of the ridge lines I didn't want to ride earlier in the lightning. Geez. Mud on my pedals. I'm not getting the grip to my pedals I'm used to. Like I mentioned, the rain and mud on my goggles already. I don't use tear-offs, so visibility is not good. Traction is, I mean, it is what it is. It's wet, but there is a good amount of traction underneath. This is normally a super dry environment, so I think that's helping. It's soaking up the water nicely, but it's still loose. Yeah, getting some speed. Woo! Oh, I tell you what, I wanted an adventure and it has delivered. Woo! Oh, I just tried to crank a pedal and near about slipped off the pedals. Once again, trying to channel Aaron Gwynn in this ride. He is the chainless goat. Yeah, just surfing. Can't really see that well. Here we go. All right, on to the next open ridge line and the next spot. And I'm glad I'm not riding with lightning overhead. Exposure is definitely something to consider. Yeah, I'm losing feeling in my fingertips, which is perfect because that's what I use to brake. So pretty much exactly what I want. I do have to say, bike feels amazing without a chain. Just wish I could put power down. Camera's probably not showing how steep this is, but believe me, it's steep. It's not the biggest hill, but I mean, It's not tiny either. That's why I was hiding under a tree. Apologies for the mud on the camera and the blurriness, but it is just so muddy. Here we go. Woo! Little double drop there. Woo! What a trail. Oh man, it almost makes me forget that I'm freezing. Woo! Oh yeah. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Woo! Another reason I gotta be careful here is even though I've lived my whole life, sorry about the brakes, even though I've lived my whole life in the PNW in Colorado, if something happens to me and I end up in the news, I now have a Florida license, and so I will be in the news as Florida man, and I don't want to be another Florida man. I can see the headlight. Florida man, woo, underestimates mountain storm, has to get rescued out of Oregon Gulch. But whatever. Woo! Super slick. I don't know why I was saying earlier that it was good traction. As it turns out, I was mistaken. And perhaps I'd be going quicker. Ooh, if I could see better. But much like the camera, my goggles also get rain and mud on them. Woo! So if you're frustrated about not being able to see super well watching this, just think about how well I can see riding it. So science is cool. The lower down the mountain we go, the bigger the hail is, because it had more time in the air to sort of mix with other raindrops before freezing. At least that's how I interpret it, but it is kind of cool. Woo! You can see there must have been quite a bit of water moving down this trail at the peak of the storm, because it's moved all the hail to the side. But what it's also done is just uncovered some super slick mud underneath. Whew. So, if I'm not talking as much as I normally do, it is because I am focused, y'all. Focus. Get your focus on. Sing a country song. Woo! Love the sound of the hail popping under my tires. See if I can wipe the lens. I'll try to wipe it whenever I think about it or get an opportunity to. But yeah, a lot of this upper trail is a little demanding, especially in the mud, so focusing on not crashing more than I am, the lens being clear, if I'm being honest. Okay. Woo! Front wheel slid out, but I managed to save it. We got under 3 miles to go. Now the problem is this right here signifies the end of the steep. So it's gonna be a lot more hike-a-biking. Oh, my body is warming back up. That sunshine feels amazing. And here we go, back to the downhill. Right off the trail. Keep it together, Trey. Oh, and I lost all my speed too, which is a major problem when you don't have a chain. Woo! Oh man, the hail deposits are crazy. Sounds like I'm riding over like packaging material. Oh, hey, so hail's slippery, by the way, if you've never ridden in it. That was a little crazy. Whew, all right. Bakatit. Just saw a large black object out of my peripheral. I'm just gonna hope it was not a bear. Think we're good? Fly me to the moon. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Whoa. Woo, okay. A little more speed happening now. It's nice to get these brakes because it's slow going without pedaling in this little meadow. Woo, all right. And back to your regularly scheduled program here. Water, oh yeah. Sorry for the brakes. I just don't really get a chance to dry out in this weather. Oh, let's see if I have the speed. Come on, get up this hill. Come on. I made it, I made it. Just gotta take a second. Look how freaking gorgeous it got. You would never know. Dude, it was freaking DEFCON 4 earlier with thunder and lightning and hail. Wow. Okay. Down the mountain. Down the gulch. Oh my gosh. Tastes like dirt. This is the most peaceful little meadow I've ever been in. Listen to those birds. Wow, the woods after a storm. Look how deep this water got too. You can see, there's an otter or a beaver or something. Oh, I don't know if the camera got that. He just took a branch. I saw a branch moving. He's saying time to dam this place up. Good Lord. Makes for such a beautiful little area. I bet that's his dam is why this is so full. Could stay here all evening. Hopefully the camera isn't too smudged that it doesn't pick up some of this beauty. We're within sight of the trail's head now. I can see some houses. So we basically made it. I have done scooted myself out of the woods, both literally and figuratively. Did not get hit by lightning. Hid from the hail for a bit. Can't complain. So I don't usually do a post-ride check-in here. I usually just end the video there, but insane day. Lesson learned. Lesson I know. I grew up in the mountains. I know to check the forecast, but I also know how fast it can change. I thought the storms had rolled through for the day, and clearly I was wrong and I paid the price. But I also am like, man, is this trail cursed? Is this dang gulch? That's twice in a row now that I've had my cassette come off and get lodged in the frame. I have never in my many years of biking and working on bikes seen this happen or had this happen. And now it's twice in this same trail with rides in between that went perfectly fine. So I don't know what it is about this trail, but I can tell you this. I won. All right, I'm cold. but I'm here. My bike, the dropper post, needs a full rebuild. The hub needs a new driver and a new cassette, and I need a new chain. My bike also needs an incredible wash, like deep wash. But I'm here, and that's what mountain biking's about. If I hadn't braved the storm, I wouldn't have the story, and B, I wouldn't have experienced the amount of peace afterwards in that valley. So I'd do it again. But a tip to you, especially if you're not from the mountains, anything can happen. And it is better to not risk it and know when to hide under a tree, as humiliating as that is, like I did. But here's the state of me. Very fun. I will now strip naked and drive to the YMCA and go shower. But probably eat lunch first, also while naked. Fun times. I think my shirt's roasted too. Oh gosh. Here we go again. Well, there we go. Dad bod on display again. And that's going to be a wrap on today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, if you did enjoy it, go ahead and drop a like and even a subscription to help me grow my following, so I'm not doing this for nothing. Isn't that right, Forrest? They should drop a like just for you, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Forrest says like and subscribe.